Game of... No, that's the wrong thing. That's blast from the past.
You did
Oh
it this
my
time.
God.
You screwed up this time. Go on. It doesn't
You know
happen very
what
often, but it tickles me
Yeah.
when it does.
You know
Go
what I was
for
about
it,
to
Matthew.
say as well. So
Game
I
of
used to do...
Thrones?
No, I used to do a gaming channel on YouTube called Gamer Social. And I used to
Okay.
say that at the beginning of every... Where it's like, I don't know, 400-500 videos with that intro. I haven't done that in years. But that was just a blast. That was like almost muscle memory. What the hell was that? Hello and welcome to Two Sides of the Pond. A completely different thing. The podcast with myself, Matthew, a Brit, and Dwayne, a Yank, over here on the other side of the pond. We talk about the cultural differences between that, both sides of the pond. And we're not qualified in any way, shape, or form to express our views, but we do anyway because it pisses people off and it makes us laugh. It's a win-win. Well, for us anyway.
Yes.
So make sure you check out our podcast. We talk about all sorts of random stuff. But today we are here for a reaction video because there's been lots of new trailers being dropped during the Super Bowl, as there always is. And Mission Impossible 8, The Final Reckoning, is finally about to get released. It was ages ago when part 1 of the final film came out because the Final Reckoning got delayed.
So this is a part 2?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so the
Kinda
last
like Harry
film,
Potter, the last two Harry Potters got split up.
pretty
Okay.
much. I can't
Okay.
remember what the one before was called, because I think this one's obviously called The Final Reckoning.
All right. So the first one, part 1, was called Dead Reckoning, part 1.
That's it.
Dead
yes.
Reckoning, and then this one is The Final Reckoning.
Yes, I believe originally it was going to be Dead Reckoning Part 2 until it was renamed to The Final Reckoning. But yeah, I think it was originally supposed to be coming out in 2024, but was delayed for whatever reason. I can't remember. I don't know if it was COVID related.
Well,
it may have been COVID.
Maybe. Or maybe the Scientologists kind of locked Tom Cruise up and he couldn't do it for a while.
Yeah,
I don't know.
or that. It might have also been the writer's strike because that happened as well recently.
Right. And
the
there's
big,
also talk that this would be the very last one. And that might have been why they changed the title from Dead Reckoning Part 1 to The Final Reckoning.
Final. Yeah, Tom Cruise is not revealing it. He's saying it's difficult to say, to answer whether this is the last one. You've got to watch the film. So
yeah.
I have a sneaky feeling that might mean something might happen that prevents a further Mission Impossible.
The man's 62 years old and does his own stunts. Give it up for him.
I know, but it's good. It's so good. I do enjoy his films.
Okay.
They're just good. They're impressive. The fact that he does do his own stuff.
I can't, because once he messed up one of my top 3 favorite trilogies of all time with being like, they redid The Mummy, for God's sake, starring Brendan Fraser, and it was such a just shit. It just was. It did not do well in the box office. It was not a good retelling of the very first story. So,
because it's the start of the new Dark Universe as well, wasn't it? It was supposed to kick off the Dark Universe.
And
I'm going to say something a bit
nowhere.
I'm going to say something perhaps a little bit controversial. I didn't hate that film. No. Would that be controversial if I was a Scientologist?
It would be something weird. I didn't know. I'll take you to Clearwater next time you're here. That's where the home of the Scientologists live.
Is it?
Yes,
they
it
in like
is.
lab coats and stuff with like geeky glasses.
And they make you hold the cans and take a test and shock therapy. Yeah. Go on.
Anyway, so the Tom Cruise reboot of The Mummy. I didn't hate the film. You know, it was no way near the original one. Doesn't come close to Brendan Fraser, because that's a fantastic film. But I didn't hate the new one. It was very, very different. And I thought, actually, it wasn't a half bad story. You know, it's a shame it didn't do better. But I think that's because people have so much love for the original. I think it doomed it straight away. I think no matter what you do, trying to reboot The Mummy, I think it's just one of those franchises you can't reboot because it was done so well to begin with.
Hollywood also kind of had their hearts like on Brendan Fraser's side with everything that he'd been through Hollywood and why he removed himself from Hollywood. That was a big controversial story. So it was almost like spitting on the man's grave trying to redo that movie with him.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
obviously
and
he's
not
interested in
keeping
doing
him
another
in it.
one as well.
Is
He wants to come back and do a fourth. Yeah. I'm sure
Well, I'd
I've saw
watch
it.
that.
Yeah, I would too. I seen an interview him saying like, he wouldn't say no. If the
Well,
opportunity was there, he would do it.
Well, let's see if I would say no for going to the movies to watch this. So the new Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. So we're going to watch a trailer and we're going to decide whether we are going to spend the money and time to go to the theater to watch it, wait for it to come out on streaming, or forget it even existed. So we're going to watch a trailer right now
and see.
All right, let's do it.
It's been a long time, Ethan.
Your mission, should you choose to accept.
Time out.
Everything you are.
That was quick.
Okay.
10
yeah,
seconds
no. Yeah. I mean, I love the first line. It's been a long time. And you were just saying how it's been a long time since the first one. And I'm wondering if they're playing on that.
It must
that
be.
Makes me wonder if
purposeful.
that's what the thing.
Yeah,
okay.
Because it has been a long time. We've been waiting so long. And this is the problem. When you make a film, you split it into two parts because you got far too ambitious with the story you've been making. Mm-hmm. You just end up waiting forever to finish it, and you're going to have to watch Dead Reckoning before going to see the Final Reckoning to remind yourself what the hell happened. I watched Dead Reckoning for the second time on a flight. I think I was flying with American, maybe to Hawaii, and I watched it on the plane there to remind myself. But that was last year, so I got to do it again this year to remind myself again.
And that's a huge problem I have with a lot of like TV shows in between seasons. They go like a year and a half, 2 years now in between season 1, season 2, or season 2, season 3. That's where Wicked actually got it right because they filmed 1 and 2 at the same time and they split it exactly 1 year in half. Like 1 year part 2 will come out. So I think that's good. But all right.
That is clever. Go on the topic of TV series. I don't understand why they don't just continuously film the TV series.
And then just cut it as needed.
Yeah, well, you can still have your seasons, but you maybe have like 2 or 3 months break and then the new season rather than a year and a half, like quite a lot of them do these days. Like look at House of the Dragon.
Right. That's why I lose interest. It's so easy to lose interest in the story. You have me invested in all these people. Like Upload was a great show. It was a great series. It's something you really should watch. I think you would really enjoy it if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. Yeah,
it really is. And they're on season 3, but I waited so long between season 1 and 2, I totally forgot it was a thing.
Yeah.
So
this is the problem as well. When you look at like House of the Dragon, it's 10 episodes or less in a season. Now, yes, they're about an hour long. So based on normal sort of American TV runtime with 22, 24 episodes in a season, they're usually about 20, 25 minutes. So similar sort of runtime overall. But when there's only 10 episodes or less, it's over in a matter of weeks. And then you got a very long time to the next one. But when you have a 24 episode season, that's taken up half a year. And you only got to wait then half a year for the next season to come out.
We are living in society where it's 30-second reels, 1 minute TikToks. Like that's it. We got to go. And they have to catch up with that.
Imagine that. Imagine doing like a full Hollywood blown TV series, but in TikTok format. So every day it's like 1 minute so you get the story. And then over the course of the year, you finally get the full season. Someone should do that. I reckon that could be quite successful. Yeah. Give it a go. Turn it just a different way of storytelling. I might do that. I might start a little side gig, making a little sort of
another one,
random, another one, and another one. Let's get on with this. It's already 10 seconds in.
Yes. Sorry,
we've got another 2 minutes to go.
Let's do it.
Everything you've done has come to this. I need you to trust me. One last time.
Okay, so we're getting 2 trailers. Amazing. It's like a longer one after the shorter one. We do it. We roll with it.
Our lives are not defined by any one action. Our lives are the sum of our choices.
Everything you are, everything you've done has come to this.
need for certainty is absolute, and the odds are deemed impossible, the mission falls to him.
Should he choose to accept?
For every life you tried to save, you gambled millions more. And now the fate of every living soul on Earth is your responsibility.
Next year? It's this year.
That's the pattern, isn't it? You refuse to
It
sacrifice
comes out late
the
May.
ones you hold close.
It comes out in a few months, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if this was did this trailer get written and made?
Because it is
and
2 trailers in
expected
one,
to
this.
yeah.
Because see, we
that's
saw
weird.
the shorter one at the beginning, we said May. I wonder if it's now playing an older trailer again. But we roll with it. We watch a longer version.
yeah.
'Cause
No,
I can't say I've
absolutely.
seen this before. So I
Right.
feel like it's still new. But I don't know what's going on.
They're not replaying the same clip, so that's good. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just
that's
stuck on
fine.
loop, until it comes out.
You've always been on the right side, brother. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Now it's
interesting fact. Okay.
That's May. We both saw that. Hang on, we both saw that, right? During the trailer, it said next year,
Yeah.
right? We didn't just hallucinate that. It
So
said
I
next year.
wonder if they made this trailer and expected it to come out, the trailer to come out last year,
I wonder if they're fucking.
but they
up, yeah.
held off for the Super Bowl,
Maybe. I wonder if they.
or someone stupid didn't realize that the Super Bowl
Yeah.
was in 2025,
I do wonder if
like
someone
2
messed
months
up.
before, 3 months before the movie comes out.
Yeah.
All right, some interesting things about this. You know that, like, we had already mentioned that Tom Cruise does his own stunts for most of
Yes.
this, right? That actual airplane scene, okay? I did find out that he was at 10,000 feet for part of it, and that high-speed maneuver caused him to momentarily lose consciousness due to oxygen deprivation while
Yeah.
filming that scene. And at 62 years old, I mean, that is just, I know I keep mentioning his age, but really, when I was a kid, 62 was my grandmother, and she was like 3 years from the grave. So what 62 is now isn't what 62 was 30 years ago. I
Yeah.
get that, but still, 62 is 62. I
It is,
can't do
yeah,
that
it's
at
mad,
48.
yeah.
There's no way in hell.
I can't do that at 20.
And that they did film this in several locations, the UK, Malta, Norway, and South Africa. So I thought that was interesting facts that they really did travel around to do those.
Speaking of facts, I did read an article today that the submarine scenes that he did, he had to hold his breath quite a lot to film those. Again, doing his own stunts, and
Yeah.
it got to the point where he was breathing his own carbon
Dioxide.
Yeah.
Yes.
It got very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
For him, very, very intense. So
That-
you got to give it to him. Hate him or love him, whether you like his movies or not, he puts so much into the art that he creates. He
Yes.
really does. It's really, really impressive what he does do. I remember seeing a video where he broke his foot filming Mission Impossible. I think it was the sixth film, I believe. He jumps across a rooftop and he balls it up and his foot snaps on the wall, but he carries on. He reacts to it in character, pulls himself up, runs to finish off the scene, sort of like almost hopping because he's in agony, and they left it in the film. The scene in the film.
Well, he wasn't
is the
doing
one...
that again.
No, he wasn't. But it's stuff like that. You think if that happened
Yeah.
to me, it just cut it off.
I remember
it's no use to me now.
So I remember when they had the trailer for the first or second Mission Impossible movie, where the big scene was him doing the big Mission Impossible thing where he drops from the ceiling connected and he just
Yeah.
stops. Right.
Yeah.
And that was supposedly a big deal for an actor to do their own stunt to do that scene.
Yeah, balls that
and now
up,
here he is 10,000 feet in the air, like
They've
flipping
always
around
upped it.
on the wing of an airplane. I mean, that's
Yeah.
crazy. So yes, hats off to Tom Cruise and your crazy ass Scientology. He does give it 125% when it comes to this. And I will not be seeing this in the movies. I haven't seen any of them, and I have no interest whatsoever to see this one. And of course, I'm noticing a pattern with you, Matthew.
What? I see almost.
You're
every
going to
single
see this
film.
movie, aren't you? You're going to buy tickets. Have you already? You already have it on your calendar, and you're going to buy
It's on my
tickets. And
calendar.
you're
Yep,
going to go
I
watch
do.
it in the movies.
Yes, because I have seen
You
every
are-
single Mission Impossible film. I've seen
okay.
them all. Most of which in cinema, not all, because obviously the first ones came out when I was quite young. I
Mhm.
think I may have seen from the third one onwards, perhaps in cinema, if not the fourth one onwards. But yeah, I
Okay.
think I was too young for the first and the second. But I have seen all the films. I have watched them several times in my life. I enjoy them. I find them impressive. It's good stories. It's, you know, I also like James Bond as well. But I find Mission Impossible is a slightly different angle at a very similar sort of thing, you know. So
Yeah.
I enjoy that stuff. I mean, I grew up with James Bond as well. My dad's a massive lover of James Bond. He used to have every single James Bond film on VHS back in the day, and they were
And that's
always
not
on
just
TV.
a British thing either.
Mm.
I will say I know people who love James Bond here in the US that had all the VHSs and love James Bond. So that is not just the UK thing. So it is worldwide with James Bond.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like Doctor Who. So yeah.
Yes.
So I get
there
it.
you go. But let
All
us
right,
know
dude.
if you're going to go see this film in the comments below, and if you're not, why not? Because, you know, come on, it's Tom Cruise. It's Mission Impossible. It's potentially the last one ever until they then decide to do another. Because Hollywood,
And
money.
And if you're a Scientologist, comment down below. I'd love to have a one-on-one conversation with you.
That's gonna be interesting. But yes, please do. And if you're new, subscribe. We really appreciate the support. Check out our podcasts. We do them weekly on all sorts of different topics. We also have a Patreon as well for behind the scenes content where things get even more spicy. No one else gets to see that stuff unless you are a Patreon supporter. So until the next one, until the next trailer or the next reaction or the next podcast or whatever else we end up doing, because it could be anything at this point, memes. Bye.
Bye.